Wow, that's amazing. And the last award goes to a young man who was a baby lawyer at the time, working alongside Attorney Ogletree, someone I have so much respect for, so much love for, so much admiration, someone who decided to take this case on yet again, someone who decided to go against status quo and disrupt, someone who I've cried with, traveled with, strategized with, someone who loves his community so much in the face of adversity, people who supposed to love him, but yet he gets up another day, and what you all don't know is what goes on behind the scenes, and the struggles, and the tears, and the pain, and the back blows, and the retribution. But I told this young man that I will go down fighting for him and stand alongside him and walk alongside him as long as it takes for us to receive justice. And so what I've done is asked a few people to help me honor this baby attorney. And so if you would, turn your attention to the screen just so a few friends can help us honor Damario Solomon-Simmons.
All right, big congratulations to Damario Solomon-Simmons for your fantastic work with Justice for Greenwood, as well as the descendants of the Tulsa Race Massacre. This recognition is critically important. We appreciate your voice and your work out there, putting it in for the people, for the culture. And there's a lot of people out here who talk about what we should be doing, what we could be doing, and all kinds of stuff along those lines, but there are very few people who are actually putting it on the line. And so, Damario, you're certainly one of those folks. And look, and you see, I purposely rocked the alpha gear. I mean, we'll forgive you for joining that second-class fraternity, Omega Psi Phi. But it's all good. It's all good. People make mistakes. It's all good. Pray about it. That's why God gives grace when we make mistakes. All right, man. Congratulations. Hope everyone there, you enjoy the program. And please keep tuning in to Roland Martin Unfiltered on the Black Star Network, where we're going to keep doing what we do, and that's bringing the funk. Be well. Holla!
Hello, I'm Sherylnn Ifill, and until just 6 weeks ago, I was the president and director counsel of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, the organization founded by Thurgood Marshall. I stepped down in March from that organization. And during my tenure there, I've had the opportunity to meet some extraordinary people, extraordinary activists, and extraordinary civil rights lawyers fighting around the country. One of my greatest privileges was the opportunity to get to know some of them. One who I have the greatest admiration for is Damario Solomon-Simmons. I met him in 2017. He was introduced to me by that great lady in your midst, Dr. Tiffany Crutcher. And as soon as I met him, I knew that he was our kind of lawyer, the kind of lawyer we like at the Legal Defense Fund. Determined, relentless, bold, bright, excellent, but most of all with a heart for justice and a love for our people. That is Damario in spades. He's done such extraordinary work and been such an extraordinary spokesperson for the people of Tulsa, particularly for those who are descendants or survivors of the Tulsa Massacre. We've had an opportunity to meet him and be with him up close. He attended our Civil Rights Institute in Virginia, and we've remained in contact over the years, addressing critically important issues like policing and reparations. And we've had an opportunity to be exposed to the heart of Damario Solomon-Simmons. I'm so privileged to call him my friend. I'm so pleased that you all are honoring him today. One of the reasons that we as Black people have been able to make it and survive in this country is because of our resilience, but also because so many of us have what John Lewis called raw courage. Damario is one of them, the raw courage to speak truth to power, the raw courage to fight relentlessly, the raw courage to move forward even when the naysayers say it won't happen, to push that rock up the hill, to demand justice, to demand equality and dignity for our people. So thank you for recognizing him today, giving him his flowers. And Damario, I wish you the very best. We're so proud of you at the Legal Defense Fund, so proud that you're being honored today. And I also want to extend my love and deep respect for the people of Tulsa, with whom we've been privileged to work, and for the survivors and the descendants of those who witnessed the Tulsa Massacre. We stand with you. Thank you so much.
Greetings, I'm Marc Morial, President and CEO of the National Urban League. On behalf of our 92 affiliates across the nation and the entire Urban League movement, we want to welcome you all to the Honoring Survivors and Descendants Luncheon. Over 100 years ago, the Tulsa community, the Black Tulsa community, was destroyed by an angry mob of white supremacists. 300 people were killed. Serious injury fell on over 800 people. The angry mob burned more than 1,250 homes, all the way to the ground, along with every church, every school, and every business. That angry mob left 10,000 people without a roof over their head, essentially houseless and homeless, and wreaked over $200 million in property damage in today's dollars. Not one of the murderous white mob that obliterated the affluent Black neighborhood of Greenwood, Oklahoma, was ever prosecuted. Every single insurance claim filed by a Black property owner was denied. The scourge of destruction, the human pain and suffering told out, the barbarity and hate that occurred in Tulsa took place in many other communities throughout the South. A low point in American history. But today, as we gather, we state forcefully that while this attack was significant and life-changing, it did not deter us from the rebuilding and from using all of our voices to continuously fight for justice. Damario Solomon-Simmons, I want to single out for special recognition. He's been an advocate for the Tulsa community and for his great work in leading the historic lawsuit and continuing to fight for the repair, respect, and restitution of the Greenwood community. He was a guest recently on our podcast alongside Dr. Tiffany, Crutcher, and Eric Miller. It's our State of Black America podcast, and you should tune in when you get a chance sometime in the future. I want to say thank you to all who are working to restore the Greenwood community. But the restoration has to be about African American ownership of buildings and property, African American economic participation, not just a place where people will visit, but a place where people will earn wealth, earn income, and develop wealth. I want to say to the honoring survivors and descendants at this luncheon, we all owe you a debt of gratitude and respect. Don't let this issue die. We must respect, we must honor our ancestors and elders who went before us and who paid a terrible cost, a terrible price, and bore a terrible burden. It is our job to work for justice. Have a great luncheon. God bless you, and we will see you. And you can count on the Urban League. We're in your corner. Thank you.
Hi, I'm civil rights attorney Ben Crump, and I am honored to join in celebrating the unprecedented legal work that has been accomplished by my fraternity brother, one of the best lawyers in the United States of America, Damario Solomon-Simmons. What you're doing on behalf of the survivors in Tulsa, Oklahoma, will be a legacy that our children yet unborn will benefit from. Thank you for blazing the trail, Frat. We love you. We're proud of you.
Brother Damario, this is Brother Hank Johnson. I want to congratulate you on being honored for being a successful litigator on behalf of the oppressed people of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and beyond. Thank you so much for your representation. It's been a lifelong endeavor for you, or at least a career-long endeavor. I know in law school you were involved in issues surrounding Black, Native Americans, as well as Black people living in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the progeny of the Tulsa Massacre. So thank you so much for your work. Look forward to seeing you again. Look forward to having you on my podcast also.
When history records the heroes of the civil rights movement, our friend Damario will have a well-deserved place among them. Damario has been instrumental in bringing to the world's attention the reality of the Tulsa Race Massacre of 1921, the most horrific episode of racial violence and hatred in U.S. history. Damario has fought and continues to fight for justice for the victims and their descendants and the entire Greenwood Black community, recently winning an important case based on the novel use of the Oklahoma public nuisance law. I'm very proud of the fact that my law firm, Schulte, Roth, and Zable, has as many as 20 of our lawyers and paralegals following your leadership. Winston Churchill said that the most important human quality is courage, because it guarantees all the others. We are very fortunate to have someone like you with your courage leading us. Thank you, Damario.
I'm Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, standing here right at the White House. And it gives me great honor to be here to say to you, my good friend, Attorney Solomon-Simmons, Damario, as I love calling you, thank you for everything that you've done. As we commemorate the 101st anniversary of the Tulsa Massacre and the resilience of our people, it brings me great joy to join others in honoring you for all your work. Black Americans and Black Tulsans in particular are well aware of what happened in 1921 and its long-term impact on our people. Damario, your work makes a difference. And I want to salute you and join others in saying thank you. And I look forward on behalf of the Congressional Black Caucus to come back and visit you again. Stay strong, my brother, and we will continue to talk truth to power. And remember, when we get it right in Tulsa, we get it right in America. I'm Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. We love you, and I approve this message.
Attorney Damario Solomon-Simmons, you know this is your brother, your big brother, Reverend Al Sharpton. I want to be part of this great salute to you for your great work. You have no idea how important and impactful your tireless, unselfish work has been. You vindicated the faith and trust of our ancestors and our forefathers. And what you've done with the Tulsa case and so many others will go down in history. God bless you. I'm proud to know you.
Damario, what a privilege to be able to salute you and congratulate you. It is really my honor to know you and to thank you, Attorney Solomon-Simmons, for being a legal warrior, a scholar, a persistent genius that realized that the vulnerable needed to be empowered. You have used your legal skills, not for self, but to help others. As you know, this is Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee saying to all of you, he is deserving of honor because he's a fighter that never gives up, never gives in, and never gives out. It's my honor and privilege to salute you, Damario Solomon-Simmons, the legal warrior. Congratulations, and never stop fighting.
When Dr. Crutcher told me about this opportunity to honor this extraordinary young man, I was so excited because I love Damario Solomon-Simmons. He gives me great hope about the future of advocacy in this country. I'm so thrilled that you are acknowledging him, celebrating him, encouraging him, and honoring him for the extraordinary work that he is doing in Tulsa and across the country. I love Damario because he's the kind of lawyer that when the people he represents are struggling, he struggles. When they suffer, he suffers. When they feel a setback, he feels a setback. And it is that personal connection to the people he represents, the vulnerable, the incarcerated, victims of police violence, survivors of this horrific massacre. It's that connection that can weigh on him as an advocate, but it can also inspire him. A lot of people think being a young lawyer in these cases that sometimes generate a lot of attention is glamorous. It's not. It's hard work. It's overwhelming. There are times when you are on the edge of tears because you're so worried about whether you're going to be able to do the things that you know justice requires be done. And that's why I think it's appropriate and wonderful that we lift him up, that we celebrate him, that we thank him for the extraordinary work that he is doing. I've had the great privilege of working with him for the last couple of years. And he makes me feel like not only am I not alone, but that none of us are alone in our pursuit of justice and our demand for equality and fair treatment and our call for the kind of repair and remedy that inequality and injustice has to see manifest at this time in our history. Damario, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for the work. I'm excited to continue working with you and want to let you know that I adore you and cherish you and appreciate you, and congratulations on this recognition.
So if you all would, stand up on your feet and help me present the Eddie Faye Gates Legacy Award to my friend, my brother, attorney Damario Solomon-Simmons. Y'all can do better than that. Give it up, give it up, give it up.